This is the Ridonculous Race Aura List. I can't really think of one because I was looking up a really funny video of Relax Alex. He's pretty attractive, by the way. I think he's a bold white New Yorker that did a video of cutting off the Smash Brothers. Deon, it's supposed to be a roster list, yeah. And his editing was just hilarious, and this kind of got me. I'm still clinically depressed, yes. And then moved to basically talk about my favorite Total Drama season, the Ridonculous Race, just to ease my stress, even though it's momentarily. And it's 12/19 right now, the 25th of June on a Wednesday. Twitter, maybe you can. That's a tweet at Team YouTube, because they're thinking that I already talked about it. I only got one community guideline strike because they thought that I was posting sex and nudity when I was posting man's stomachs and whatnot. I do not understand that. So, this is going to be a little bit random because I have not seen this in a long time. And I know that many people did videos of this, but as someone that did gain, this is a following the Ridonculous Race, because I was the only person, or I guess you could say, I gotta come up with a new word, reactuber at the time, right? Or reactor that did Total Drama reactions, because very few people did that at the period. Plus I just love geography, or I can't say it properly, and I'm Heimlich, it means Welsh, right? I barely know bits of Welsh, but I thought I could just talk about this because when I first seen the Ridonculous Race, and there's 2 episodes I'm not seeing yet. I've been dying to do reactions of those, but since my phone doesn't work and I just don't have a good setup, especially since we're shook up financially, that's not going to happen for a while. And pardon me for just rambling, because I don't like to be rushed and take my time. I just want to say, for the ones that want to rush me as though you want to assault me by pushing me off the bus, I think I had a couple experiences of people doing that to me. I'm sure they didn't mean to, but still, it was not right. Then I want you to snake away and not return, please. This is just me. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm not reading a script or anything. It's just me explaining on the ones I feel most comfortable with, as in the teams that I would love to hang out with. I don't know how to explain it. Let's just say, I guess I can probably give 4 levels, right? 1, which means, the third one be the mech. I don't know how this is gonna work. Anyway, it'd be too much work on my autistic brain, but I'm gonna start off in order because I forgot there's so many of them. Okay, they need to be in order season like this again. The Ridonculous Race is my most favorite because this is the only that they get. 1, travel other countries. 2, they basically do have different outfits in some episodes. Wink, wink, Devin. On the, I think it was not the Icelandic episode. I forgot what country they traveled though. It's not in Canada. I forgot where that was. And just basically hearing about their personalities, and I don't think they have audition shapes. They just have a lot of personality. Compared to, let's just say, All-Stars or Buddha Forbid, Revenge of the Island. I think All-Stars is terrible. There's something special about them. They're forgettable except for the one that basically has the multiple personality disorder. I think I did watch when I was younger because I thought he was kind of hot for some odd reason. I forgot his name. I did. You see, I forgot. I did because All Stars is so forgettable compared to the original Total Drama. Anyway, I'll talk about that near the end. So, I don't remember the names that they go by. I know half their names. You can see, because the ones I care more about the most, you'll see this right now. Actually, I forgot their names. That's right. The first one you see here are the police cadets. Now, I want to get to know them first, because as someone that does have a little bit of capophobia, it's basically a fear of being arrested and fear of officers, because I did meet some awful ones, especially in my state's origin. They can be a little bit, let's just say, cruel. Again, if you don't live too far from the border, you may not understand, right? I guess if I go to that country, right, I'll be used to it. I meet awful police officers, and I did get mistreated by one of them. I think they probably are trying to hide their job. I think it's as though, I'll give you a little hint. What I mean by the sea, right? Not the country, but hotels, but they're not, right? It does. I felt as though I was being treated that way, because if I would be filming them, I'll get my butt in trouble or killed. I don't know. It felt like that, but I'm just exaggerating, right? Because I wasn't in handcuffs. I was detained, but I didn't do anything. I didn't. I wasn't in handcuffs. I wasn't. They just told me I couldn't leave. So, and I did, right? And I followed the orders and whatnot. Okay? Basically, it's Saunders, and I forgot the, oh my gosh. Saunders is the black woman, the black officer. And then I love the, McCarville. God, I love those two. Okay? Even though they can be a little bit snobby-ish sometimes, I love their energy, and they do look up for the other teammates as well. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if McCarver kind of gives me, let's just say, bisexual vibes. I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe maybe, okay, not always, but let's just say being a tomboy, right? Obviously, because she's an officer. And I just love them. I don't know why. It's just something about them. And yes, I did met a handful of great officers. I did, especially one incident when there was two of them. Is a one white officer, male, and then another one, Hispanic female, that asked me if I seen a missing 15-year-old girl. Because, yes, it might see this origin a little dark, let's just say, secret that you don't know about my origin. People do go missing out here, not to mention animals. So, yeah, it happens. And this comes from someone that has been almost kidnapped once. I don't want to talk about it, but, yeah. And they thanked me because I told them I'm not seeing her. I'm sorry, and I good luck. Honestly, that's all I could say. You know, so I love those two. I would love to get to know them, definitely. The walkers. This was a little interesting. I don't know if I could always connect with walkers, but you know what? I would love to be friends with them. I would. I don't remember their names, sadly. They're, you know, when you're in high school, these are cliques, right? I love this series because it doesn't matter what type of personality or genre group that you are. Me growing up, I was in the one of the weeboos, nerds, and think about the candies, right? And yeah, mostly the nerds and weeboos and whatnot, and a little bit of the emo group. So I guess you could say walkers in a way. They're pretty hot. I'm sorry. I'm kind of intimidated by them, especially the emo ones. I don't want to talk about it, but they're really intimidating. They can fight. It's kind of sexy to think about it for some reason. But basically, I like how Spud, he's supposed to be the dumb one, right? I forgot. The Spud is the one with the red-haired, long hair, right? I can't do it. I also miss my channel. I really want to get my channel back. I do. And what I could relate to him is that he has a late reaction, right? I remember when they were supposed to be chopping in I'm doing this by memory, by the way. The Zimbabwe episode. And they were supposed to get hit. And then he does that. I love that part so much. And some of that is to the spectrum, right? You know, I haven't been diagnosed on Mother's Set, but I was diagnosed with ADHD. I consider myself as autistic again, okay? Literally, that's what I mentioned that, because I do have the symptoms of it and the attitudes of one, okay? Literally, and for people that are not autistic, you know, understand, not giving eye contact, being sensitive to light, noise, and you wear certain outfits, and you may feel that you like empathy, but you basically like to eat certain foods, and you may have some bowel problems. I heard that's an autistic, function our bodies. I heard about it, and this comes from someone that did have. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I will be friends with them. That's all I can say for them. This is gonna be a long video. Really, I think I probably only do the first row, and if this does get a handful, whatever live stream, then I could do a second row. I'm sorry, I would love to be friends with them. The surfer dudes. I'm sorry, but Brody's hot. Again, I don't know about all their ages. They're all different ages, right? Bear with me. I just see them as, well, at least for them. I know Jeff was supposed to be 16, right? Again, this is supposed to take place later, right? Total job is to us. I heard the age. Whatever. I just see them as college, okay? The appearance. So that makes sense, right? I want to keep it that way. Or at least I want it to appear that way. That makes sense, right? Way better than looking at an adult that look like they're an infant. Okay? Literally, if that makes sense. Because, I'm sorry, Brody's really attractive. Again, I was 20 when this came out, right? When this first aired. And close in age, I don't see there's the issue with that. Okay? The surfer dudes. Okay, let's just say they're 19, for example. Okay? Geoff, I think that's his name, Deon? Yeah. And Brody, right? I do wonder where Brody came from. I literally do. I always thought he'd be the older one, but this the no, right? He's really cute. I gotta be honest. Not to mention he has a tattoo on his right arm. That's pretty hot. So I figured because, yeah, he has a tattoo, and, well, where I'm from, usually if you had to be 18 in order to get a tattoo. Just wanted to share that right there off the bat. But basically for them, they are a little gullible in a really cute way because they kind of give me Luffy vibes. They're really down to earth. They're really care of the other teams. Especially with the police cadets, at least in some sort of way. And even, oh boy, again, I did see the Ridonculous Race lately, but I would only view my favorite episodes, so I had to watch it over again. You know, there's some really nasty moments that makes you want to throw up. I swear, I hope to Buddha's belly that someone out there on YouTube, we posted my reactions online somewhere. I really hope so. I did almost every episode. I did. So, I don't know. But, literally, I just love their energy, okay? They're fit. That's one thing, right? They're just really supportive of each other. They're both straight, right? More men need to be like that, because it's not gay, to basically hug your, boyfriend, right? And just doing fun activities together. You know, a lot of us men need to do that more often, okay? Literally. Same thing for women, okay? Otherwise, well, that's just a wussy way if you're begging, hey, I ain't gay. Well, why you had to say it so loud then? This is obvious. Okay, on to, oh my goodness. Number 4, right? I don't know why he's back. I think he's a dimwit. Twit. These are supposed to be the magical, the wizard team, wizard and Viking. I think his name, Deon, it's supposed to be Leonardo, because Beardo's right? I did not like him. I'm glad that he was gone in the second episode. It was supposed to be from Pekato. I don't know why he returned. And basically, for me personally, they did not last long. They're dumb as hell. I'm sorry. I don't know who the hell that woman is. Ah! I can't do the opera voice. I can't, okay? And for people to say that anyone can prickly quad, not everyone can sing. I don't know why people keep saying that. Okay, some people are just tone deaf. Honestly, especially if you basically have a certain throat condition. I hate when people say that. Like, no, that's no excuse. If that's the case, there'd be so many winners on America's Got Talent or X Factor. Shut up with that. Pardon my language. I hate when people saying that. Same way that everyone could be a firefighter. No! I'm sure you had to be a certain height as well. Whatever. I just don't like these two because think about Harry Potter, right? They want to do these weird spells and whatnot that doesn't do jack squat. And they got eliminated really early. I think it was the first episode. I think. And they did not last long. And I'm glad they have it. I wonder maybe for the Ridonculous Race, it goes like this. The ones that are the most, or least voted or least interesting are voted off. That's why the police cadets, I don't want to give it away for anyone that hasn't seen the Ridonculous Race, and maybe the surfer dudes and basically the rockers, for example, right, the first 3 in a row, have made it through so far. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, but other than that, I just don't like those two. Even though I do like how they wear green, but it's just as someone that does like see movies and, that never played Magic. I think I did have a card I found on the ground now. I don't know, they're dumb. Literally. The 5th one, this is going to be really interesting because this is kind of relatable to me and one of my siblings, well, my older sibling. These are supposed to be stepbrothers, right? I don't remember their name. They're really nasty in some episodes. I remember they were spitting each other, or I don't want to talk about it. I have a phobia of that. I do. I would vomit on the spot, or I would have gag reflexes if I would see that. I don't know. If I would do a reaction, I hope someone could just pay me $1, okay? Or $2. A $2 bill if I had to watch that scene of the episode. Literally, I would love to have a $2 bill right now. They're really rare to come by, but they're just weird. They basically, it's as though that don't really have good hygiene, and it's kind of for someone that has clinical depression that barely can clean himself. Even though I did brush my teeth for the first time in 2 days, yay. Okay, and I did floss, of course. I did use the Crest chocolate toothpaste. It's really, really strong and healthy for your teeth, right? It's really good toothpaste, not the cheap ones. AIM, for example, that's basically for, well, I don't know. If you for people that have no choice, right? I don't want to explain it. I'm putting anyone down. That's because we struggle too. Let's just say if you're homeless and that's all you could afford, then yeah. Even though I do like how it's blue and it kind of tastes good, but it doesn't really make your teeth strong for your enamel. They're supposed to be gamers as well, right? Based off their outfits. And yeah, again, when I was 20, I thought one of them were cute. The big one with the brown hair, I'm not kidding, right? Again, this is a decade ago, okay? Let's just say I thought, I don't know, that they were like this late high schooler guys, like 17-year-olds or something. I know that may be a little iffy, but it's only a 3-year difference, right? I don't know what their age, okay? Bear with me. But, you know, I just don't like them that much. Not to mention the way they acted inappropriately to that poor Icelandic swan dancer girl. When they go to Iceland, I love that episode. When they say, Mina traveled out bending. Right? Something like that. Right? So, I just had to just get that out of my system. They're weird. They are. But I guess with that bigger guy, the bigger set boarder, he reminds me that, you know what, it's okay to find chubby guys attractive, or bigger set guys. I don't know. Okay, again, I was 20 at this time, bear with me, it's a decade ago. Okay? Literally. I still feel I was in my high school phase. Yes, I was an adult. Bear with me, okay? Literally. Cut me some slack, honestly. I just had to assure that. Okay? And here we go. My favorites. I'm sorry, Devin's hot. I'm sorry, literally. I always wonder how old they are. I was 20. Let's just say he could be a college boy, right? Maybe just out of high school, right? 18, whatever. Okay? And I love her so much. I forgot her name. His friend, right? She is adorable. I love those two. I'm sorry, the thing is, with Devin's design, he kind of reminds me of one of the Hispanic boys. Yes, I went to mostly Mexican high school growing up, so maybe with his tan skin and his, let's just say, affluent toned body, it makes me really like him a lot. Because, yeah, growing up, most of my school is Mexican, and again, I am intimidated by Latino boys. They kind of scare me a little bit because they can fight. They're intimidating, they're masculine, and I get scared of them. I do. They're hot. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't sound like I'm fetishizing. I grew up in that environment, okay? I even had to act masculine so that would feel accepted. They don't play around. They don't. Okay? I always wonder what race Devin is. I wouldn't mind just guessing what race they are, just for fun. But, basically, Carrie, from the movie Carrie. So, basically, well, oh, yeah, okay. My disc is full? Oh, my glob. Really? Okay, hurry this up. So, the thing is, okay, let me just, sorry, I wish I screenshot that, but if I do, I'll freeze. So, okay, to rewind from the beginning, the police cadets, I would love to get to know them. The walkers, I would love to be friends. The suffragettes, I would love to be friends. The wizard, whatever, I refuse to be friends with them. The stepbrothers, I refuse to be friends with them. And for the best friends, I would love to be friends with. I know, sorry, this is not really good to what I'm here, right? But basically, Carrie, she has a crush on Devin. And they grew up as childhood friends, right? And well, let's just say they made it really far throughout the season. They did. I was really joyful to see that. And you could see how Carrie to share her feelings, Devin knowing, and then Devin, he kind of wants to later on as well, even though he was supposed to be dating a girl, but I guess they broke up. And he basically went to a depression. There was a really good scene of an episode based off of him being shirtless, which is nice, of how he says, I forgot the line. Okay, it's so relatable, and this is the age. Okay, after I was 19. Okay, because Pocatello Island aired when I was 19, or yeah, 19, and then I was going on 20, right? He says, and I remember, helplessness is a sign of depression. I love that line because you feel that you cannot do anything, even though no one actually would care for you. That is so relatable to me a decade later. If you see my Instagram, you can see how far, my very first image, it has no caption. It was me holding my old Chihuahua Persia, and I was in that picture. I was in that thing, and I still am. It doesn't go away. It doesn't. Okay, yes, you could get treated. It's the same way if you basically get cancer or some other infection or whatever. It doesn't go away. Okay, for some people. Okay, it depends on the person. But besides that, I just love those two because they're so caring with the other teammates, and I just had to say they're attractive. They're really attractive. Honestly, if I was bisexual, I would love to date Carrie. Honestly, she is an amazing girl. I wanted to share that. Okay, and I love her hair. It's amazing. Also, what's kind of... Yeah, never mind. I'll explain it throughout. Well, I'll explain it now. Some of the girls, you see their breast, right? Which is really interesting. I just thought this is funny. Maybe this is how their bodies is designed. Why do some of them... Let's just say Carrie, for example. You can see both her breasts, right? Well, for some of them, it's only one. It's really interesting. You know, I'm not sure it's maybe the size of their breast or whatever. I don't know. This is not to say in a sexual way. I just find it really interesting because yes, women's bodies are shaped differently, just like us men. I just had to share that. So that's just the first row because if I do talk about this will take me eons since it's already been 21 minutes now. And I definitely got to delete some stuff on my Finder, unless, because I'm recording this, and Deon, yes, you can delete it, good. So, let me, delete one of the autos right now. You'll hear it in the background, right? Not sure if you can hear it, because it's loading right now. I'm just, okay, yeah, my Finder really sucks monkey balls. It does that. But, I just thought, there we go. To talk about the Ridonculous race. It's one of the, and I just want to say this for my Canadian viewers, merci beaucoup, okay? Vermont, okay? Instead of saying Vermont, I say Vermont, okay? For this magnifique season, do total drama Ridonculous race. Lord, seriously, honestly, I appreciate Canadians for this. I'm not kidding. I kid you not, seriously, I miss watching this. I do. And I just can't believe it's been a decade now since this aired. You know, it's awesome. It's so much better, and I just say this, I love the total, well, not every single season, but the original, oh, that's classic. Okay, I even like, Total Drama Action, that was pretty good. I don't know if I like that more the World Tour. I'm not sure. I think I like World Tour more because they get to travel other countries. But the thing is, though, the Ridonculous Race beats the original. I'm sorry. It does. You can disagree with me. That is fine. But we're not going to get anything like this, I don't know when. Because we got teammates for crying out loud. Okay? That makes more character because we get to know about someone that they hang out with. It could be their sibling. It could be their girlfriend. It could be their aunt. Who knows? Right? And that's what I love about the Ridonculous Race. It's so good because it's supposed to be a reference to the real life version of it. I never seen it, sadly. I don't remember what it's called. I wish I seen it, but I didn't. And I just, thought I could talk about this, literally. And also, I hope Dubbo's been doing well. And the reason why I want to share this will be a little bit off topic is that he's supposed to be working his very first job today at a local coffee shop, and I'm thrilled for him to do one his first day. So it's 12:43 right now, and if you're viewing this, just type Shamrock for dumbbell, which means good luck. Okay, Clover, extra good luck. Okay, or just the Clover emoji if you're not able to copy and paste that. Just do a Shamrock or just type it in. Okay, I don't know if anyone will be viewing this because I know this channel doesn't do well. And also, I do live stream randomly, but mostly during the evening. It ran a little bit long. Again, I just like to just take my time because I know a ton of YouTubers kind of rush a little bit. That's just not me. Ich bin am introvertiert und ich hasse the mention from one for click. Yeah, I don't like people. I hate people. I do. Sorry about that. I mean, most people. I don't know how to say most in Deutsch. Aber, needs basically needs. I just I could actually just share that, and yes, I'm habe ein Twitter. Okay, welcome ist Deon Golf. Okay, that is my full name. So other than that, I just hope to put as well that for those who are being viewing this, you enjoyed this little list, and I did screenshot this so that you can see what the teammates look like up close, at least the first row. And I just miss this series so much. It's so good. Also, I love their outfits. Okay, you remember their outfits. I remember Devin's outfit. I swear, if there's a boy out there that dressed like Devin, marry me, please. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Especially if you stretch a lot and you could do the nollie. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. The thing is, this shirt is very quick. I love how when boys would wear, a shirt and a long sleeve. It's so attractive. It gives me mid 2000s vibes. Because growing up, I used to dress like that. Well, not like Devin, but I would wear. It's hard to explain it. It was just a plain shirt, no graphic on it, and I remember that I'm wearing Mickey Mouse sweatpants. Yeah, it's 2005. Bear with me, okay? Literally, and well, I did sweatpants. Okay, yeah, I know. That's 2005 for you. Give me a break, okay? So I just thought I could just share that, and I just miss this season. I do. Other than that, I want to end this at the 26 mark, and I want to ask for those that have seen the Ridonculous Race, what of these teams in the top row, okay, because there's 3 rows, are your favorite? Me, personally, I can't choose, but if I have to choose, it would be the best friends. Enough said.